In the scripture it says, "You shall know a tree by its fruit." What are some of the people you come in contact with when listening to the Alex Jones Show? Well, I'll just start off the top with what is obvious. Dr. Ron Paul is a frequent guest on the Alex Jones Show. Dr. Ron Paul, well, actually, I hope Dr. Ron Paul hears this someday, because Dr. Ron Paul is the most amazing politician that I have ever seen. And he is an inspiration to the youth of this nation. He offers real solutions. He tells you the truth. And he's right. Thank you, Dr. Ron Paul. We love you. Or how about somebody else who's also a big fan of Ron Paul? Adam Kokesh. Maybe you've seen him on that show, RT, Adam vs. the Man. He's a retired United States Marine. And he's really smart. Did I mention he's a United States Marine? Semper Fi. This man will give you good insights. Bottom line. And if you watch the Alex Jones Show more than once a month, then you certainly know of the guest, Gerald Celente, Trends Research Institute. You know what the best part of being a Gerald Celente fan is from my perspective? I'm Italian. Gerald Celente just seems like a really nice, cool guy. But every time I see him, he's always so pissed off. Sometimes I worry people might think he's a jerk because he's always pissed off. But then I remember, oh yeah, I'd be pissed off too if you stole my frickin' gold. Gerald Celente has predicted the fall of the Soviet Union, stock market crash of the 80s, housing bubble, tech bubble, 9/11 in a sense. And what's he predicting now? Why don't you tune in? But the Alex Jones Show isn't just about the guests he has on. It's about the relief pitchers. What do I mean by that? Let's start with my favorite relief pitcher that takes the seat of Alex Jones when Alex Jones isn't in the studio. Mike Adams, editor, Natural News. Mike Adams is a guy really into healthy stuff, especially food, and he just knows about being organic in general. Mike Adams has a farm that he lives on. On his farm, there's a donkey that he rescued from an abusive home. He really loves that donkey. Mike Adams, he's not trying to deceive me. What's he trying to do? He's trying to inform you about the monstrosity of evil that is taking place in the pharmaceutical industry, with vaccines, fluoridation of the water supply. Mike Adams, he's okay in my book. Another guest worthy of high consideration, in my opinion, is Lyndon LaRouche. When you look at a picture of Lyndon LaRouche, I'd say he looks about 70-something years old. He's got a sharp mind, and he has a lot of experience in politics. That man is almost 90 years old, and he looks like he's 70, and he works at upper levels of politics. You know what that tells me about this man? He gets a good night's sleep. You know who isn't getting a lot of good night's sleeps? The president. Take a look at this photo from his latest weekly address for Easter. And we know why he can't sleep at night, don't we? LaRouchePack.com I was led to by initially watching Lyndon LaRouche on the Alex Jones Show, where I learned in great detail about the NWAPA project, which is one of the greatest engineering feats that I have ever seen constructed on a computer screen. He often pushes for NWAPA, and he is right about NWAPA. although I will say, I don't agree with everything that he says. He can provide deep insights that almost no other man can provide. Rounding out my short list, and I could make a list 2 hours long, of people that are just trying to make a difference in the world, a positive difference. In any event, the last guest that you will sometimes see on the Alex Jones Show that I find of significance is Dr. Christopher Busby. Dr. Christopher Busby is a PhD. He works for the European Committee on Radiation Risk. Dr. Christopher Busby was not afraid to go on television and say, Fukushima is the worst thing that's ever happened in the history of human civilization. Millions of people will die of all sorts of disease in the next 2 decades from that accident. Dr. Christopher Busby then traveled to Japan to conduct scientific experiments to prove the claims he was making on television, knowingly putting his life in danger, breathing in radioactive particles of uranium, plutonium, cesium, and who knows what the heck else comes out of those things, so that he could prove the seriousness. And despite all of his remarkable research and evidence, nobody really even knows about it. Fukushima, most people don't. If they do, they've heard of it. They don't understand its significance. But I understood its significance because I saw Dr. Christopher Busby on the Alex Jones Show. If the people I have just mentioned previously are bad people that you should turn and walk away from, then that's your opinion. I think the people Alex Jones has on the Alex Jones Show are high quality, intelligent, smart, decisive individuals who are willing to put their hind end on the line for the info war.